Imagine a small copper coin that has quietly traveled through the hands of everyday Americans. It may look ordinary, even forgotten, yet this 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark is much more than pocket change. It's a piece of history, a collectible treasure, and potentially a small fortune sitting right in your coin jar. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny 1 cent no mint mark. The historical significance of 1947 adds emotional weight. This was a time of rebuilding, optimism, and global transition. The Marshall Plan was aiding European recovery, new technologies were entering homes, and Americans were moving into modern suburbs. Each penny circulating in 1947 was part of everyday life, yet also a witness to these monumental changes. Holding one today is like holding a piece of that era, a tangible connection to history. The 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during one of the most transformative periods in American history. The world had just emerged from World War II, and the United States was booming economically. Factories that had produced war materials were now switching to civilian goods, automobiles, appliances, housing materials, and money was circulating faster than ever before. In this environment, coins like the Lincoln Wheat penny were more than currency. They were tiny witnesses to a nation moving forward. The no mint mark designation tells us this coin was minted in Philadelphia, the country's original and largest coin-producing facility. During this era, Philadelphia pennies were deliberately left without a mint mark to distinguish them from coins minted in Denver and San Francisco. In 1947 alone, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 190 million Lincoln Wheat pennies, ensuring these coins were widely circulated across the eastern and central United States. While this may sound like a huge number, the real story is in the condition and rarity of the surviving coins. Millions were handled, spent, and circulated over decades, and finding a high-quality example today is far more difficult than the raw mintage numbers suggest. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Lincoln's dignified profile faces right, a symbol of leadership, perseverance, and national unity. Above Lincoln, the motto "In God We Trust" is engraved, and behind his head, the word liberty appears, reminding Americans of their shared freedoms. To the right, the date 1947 sits prominently, and in Philadelphia coins like this one, no mint mark is present beneath the date. Collectors study the fine details closely. The sharpness of Lincoln's cheek, ear, hair strands, and coat lines can indicate whether the coin is weakly struck or a beautifully preserved gem. The reverse of the coin showcases the classic wheat ears, flanking the denomination 1 cent. Above this, United States of America is inscribed along the rim, with E pluribus unum centered between the wheat stalks. The wheat design symbolizes prosperity, agricultural strength, and national growth, fitting motifs for a nation rebounding from war. On high-quality examples, the wheat lines remain crisp and distinct, while heavily circulated coins display flattened stalks and reduced detail. Compositionally, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny is approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc. This alloy produces the warm reddish tone collectors prize. Over time, exposure to air and handling transforms the surface into varying shades of brown, red-brown, or deep copper. Numismatists categorize coins by color: red, fully original; red-brown, partially toned; and brown, fully toned. The fully red examples, especially in high-grade condition, are the most desirable and can command premiums far above typical circulated coins. Despite the massive mintage, high-grade 1947 no-mint mark pennies are surprisingly scarce. Most coins were handled heavily during the late 1940s and 1950s. Children used them for penny candy, banks recirculated them endlessly, and families spent them daily. As a result, finding a coin with sharp details, minimal contact marks, and vibrant original color is rare, creating strong collector demand. Circulated examples of the 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny generally trade for just a few cents to around $1, depending on wear and eye appeal. This makes it an excellent entry point for new collectors completing a wheat penny album. However, the story changes dramatically when condition climbs into uncirculated or mint state grades. Coins in pristine condition with original red luster can sell for several dollars, while certified MS-65 or higher coins can reach hundreds, particularly when paired with strong eye appeal and vibrant copper tone. Error coins add another layer of fascination. During the high-speed production of 1947, mistakes occasionally slipped through quality control. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, die cracks, and cut formations are all possible. These anomalies can significantly increase collector value, depending on severity and visibility. A dramatic off-center strike, for example, may command hundreds of dollars if the date and design remain fully legible. Die cracks and cuts are particularly interesting because they reveal the stress placed on minting equipment during mass production. As dies wore or fractured, metal filled these gaps, leaving raised lines or irregular blobs on the coin. Collectors value these as educational and visually unique pieces. Doubled dies, although not as common in 1947 as in some earlier years, do exist. Minor doubling of the date or lettering can attract serious interest when authenticated by professionals. Wrong planchet errors are the rarest and most valuable possibilities. Imagine a 1947 penny accidentally struck on the wrong metal blank. Such a coin would be extraordinarily rare and potentially sell for thousands if authenticated. Because of plating scams and altered coins in the marketplace, professional verification is always required. Strike quality also affects desirability. Some 1947 pennies exhibit bold, sharp lettering and deep, weak detail, while others appear weak or mushy due to die wear. Coins with strong strikes and minimal imperfections often command premiums, particularly when paired with a pleasing copper color. Market trends show that collector interest in 1947 no-mint mark pennies remains steady and strong, especially among wheat penny enthusiasts. While circulated examples are plentiful and affordable, top-tier coins are increasingly difficult to find, and demand continues to grow. Investors and collectors recognize that high-grade, well-preserved pennies are a stable long-term asset in the numismatic market. Proper storage and care are critical. Copper reacts to moisture, oils, and contaminants. Coins should be stored in inert holders, in dry environments, and handled minimally. Cleaning or polishing a coin is strongly discouraged because it reduces collector value and destroys original luster. Original surfaces and natural toning are always preferred by experienced buyers. Educationally, the 1947 penny is a perfect example of how mintage, condition, and error varieties combine to define collector value. It teaches the importance of attention to detail, careful observation, and patience in building a collection. It also demonstrates how even coins with massive mintage can be valuable in the right condition. Emotionally, many collectors associate wheat pennies with childhood discoveries, family heirlooms, or the thrill of searching through rolls of coins. The 1947 no-mint mark penny often appears in those collections, reinforcing its nostalgic charm and enduring popularity. Even in normal circulated condition, the coin carries history. Every worn rim, softened wheat stalk, and darkened surface reflects decades of commerce and human touch. While it may not be a high-dollar coin in average grades, its historical relevance and accessibility make it a foundational piece in any wheat penny collection. For those lucky enough to find a sharply preserved example, or a coin with an unusual error, the excitement is unmatched. Suddenly, a simple penny becomes a treasure, a piece of history, a collectible asset, and a reminder that value can hide in the most ordinary places. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark proves that even the smallest coin can carry enormous stories, collector demand, and hidden financial potential. It's a timeless example of how history, design, rarity, and condition converge to create something truly special in the world of numismatics. Whether you collect for passion, history, or investment, this humble penny is a symbol of discovery, excitement, and the joy of finding treasure in plain sight.